In this very special episode of the Fear Fiction podcast, Abysmii laments the state of horror's biggest multiplayer asymmetrical game, Dead by Daylight. Then, as all conversations eventually do, things turn to Overwatch. So, sit down, grab your favorite breakfast cereal, your adult beverage, and your adult breakfast cereal, and enjoy the boys shooting the shit for a bit.
So Abysmii's quitting Dead by Daylight. Elaborate.
Oh my fucking god! No more Dead by Daylight.
How'd you
No more
guess?
No more Dead by Daylight.
Other than the fact that I've been talking about it negatively in Discord for like the past month.
Yeah, so tell us why you're quitting it.
Quit or like I don't know, long
Why
hiatus.
you're
until-
done with it. Why you said you're going to uninstall and report the dev team to Steam.
Right. You
Oh,
refunded it
everyone's
after,
way ahead of me on that.
You refunded it after 500 hours of gameplay.
I think I'm at like 335 or something.
No, that is the epitome of having a long-term online relationship with a video game. You've played this game for 400 hours. I bet you're good at it. I bet you love the game.
I have games on Steam where I gave it a bad review, and Steam will say, "We see that you've played an additional 20 hours of this game. Would you like to redo your negative review?" And I go, "No."
Still sucks. I'm just a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. I just keep hoping it'll get better, and it doesn't.
No,
You know that the song "Sucker for Pain" is about Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Painkiller.
Yes, it's about the video game Painkiller.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right, Abysmii,
Right.
so you're quitting Friday the 13th or Among Us or whatever the fuck it was.
I
Good.
played Friday the 13th for like 4 matches and went, this is Twitch bait. This is terrible.
sucks. Where's all the circles?
Okay, you say that, but you're not going to be able to play VHS with us.
Yeah, I fucking hate that shit. I'll just kite the killer around. You guys can do all the circle shit.
Then you'll get downed, and then we won't have anyone to help us make weapons, which is the whole point of the
I
match.
don't care.
I'm glad you don't. Anyway,
I'm excited to pitch my Dead by Daylight like game. It's going to be called Ring Around the Rosie, and you're going to be chased by a little girl named Rosie.
Oh.
I'm surprised that's not an indie game on itch.io right now.
What are her pockets full of?
Dynamite.
AIDS.
God damn it. Ring around the rosy, pockets full of dynamite.
Dynamite AIDS.
So, Abysmii, you said you're quitting Fall Guys. What is it now? Go ahead.
I've never played Fall Guys.
He's doing a great job of quitting it. Anyway, Abysmii, get to the whole thing.
Really good.
All right, so for anybody who doesn't know, Abysmii is quitting Second Life. Go ahead.
Which
He
is
says
crazy
he
because he doesn't have a first life.
Oh, God damn it.
I spent it on Dead by Daylight.
Fuck.
Yeah, until further notice, until the devs undo
Until
the
the what
massive
devs?
amounts of
Jesus.
damage. What?
You said until the gay devs do what? What
Game
the fuck?
devs.
Gay Dev says what?
That's what they should be. That's what we should be throwing at them on Twitter. Gay dev says what?
Double.
Don't double that one.
That'll get you off of Twitter.
Yeah, who cares? It's just double.
Oh, I care what happens to doubles.
I'm kidding.
But yeah. So the last time we spoke about Dead by Daylight, and not just in the context of VHS, there was a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. They were adding some new things to the game. They were discussing a new matchmaking system. A lot of people were rather optimistic. People who play the game anyway. And since then, 3 months ago or so, devs have done a complete 180 on just about everything in the game. And there's 2 major things going on. Number one, the game is not fun. They have taken what potential it had and just basically bottlenecked everything into, well, if you only play these characters with this build, you're not going to do anything all game. And they had chances to balance things and to prop up other killers and, interesting things like that. Didn't do any of that. Nerfed some weak killers. Don't know why they did that. And I could go into that for like an hour. I'm not going to. But the point is, like, as someone who doesn't play the meta top tier things, because that's only like 1/5 of the game, there's nothing fun left for me to do.
Yeah,
the other big
but shut up and buy the new DLC. What the fuck?
the new DLC. I mean, the new killer looks cool, but she's also yet another anti-loop killer. So now survivors are literally just going, well, if I just run in a straight line really fast and take the perks that do that, the killer technically will never catch up with me. Or they'll run me long enough to where just gens fly, and then the games are over in 5 minutes. Like, it's fucking boring.
I hate it when people run a train on the killer.
I mean, it's kind of what's happening. Another big problem is the matchmaking system. This is like, there's incompetence, and then there's incompetence. Everyone has been asking.
There's a third level of incompetence.
And that's behavior, interactive. Everyone was really excited for it because matchmaking has historically just been kind of bad. This was so much worse. It gets implemented, and my first 3 games kind of go okay. The point of this new matchmaking system is to allow someone to like pick up a new killer and then learn on maybe lower skilled players than you, because you don't have all the perks, you don't know the killer yet. Like, you need to practice, because if you just go into a game or getting stomped constantly, you're not going to learn shit. Unfortunately, it just wasn't working. It was like one game I rolled face, the other game I got stomped, and it would just ping pong back and forth. And I thought I was the only one. Turns out everyone's having this problem. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? A month into the new matchmaking system, the devs have a live stream. They go, yeah, so we're going to do this complicated system that used an existing system in the game that read how much time you were doing certain objectives and, were you camping a hook and all this really, important data gathering. And we decided just to turn it into a binary system of, if you kill someone, you get a point of MMR. If you don't, you go down. That's it. So,
well,
that is marginally better than the Overwatch MMR system. Very marginally.
It's not for this game, and I'll tell you why. This is kind of the fascinating and frustrating thing. So on the survivor side, if you survive, if you get out of the match through the gate, your MMR goes up. If you die, it goes down. Here's the problem. You can just hide in a fucking corner and do nothing and wait for your team to do all the work and then get out. And
that's what I do.
The system reads you people like Slime Beast as skillful.
Yeah.
But then your potato teammate is going to get, looped in with people of higher skill, and that's not fair to them because the system's just fucking confused. Someone who loops the killer for 5 gens, the most difficult thing to do in the game, and dies at the very end despite having done everything.
I looped the killer for 5 gens. Who the fuck are you?
I walked the trapper around that gen 5 times.
I unhooked 7 people before they were even hurt.
I helped the spirit get dressed in the morning. She can't do that herself.
She's a ghost. So like the people who actually like do the objectives in the game, if they die for whatever reason, they go down in MMR. So you have good people losing by the game standards and getting put with lower skilled people, and the people not doing anything going to the higher skills. Then you transfer this over to what's happening with Killer.
Listen, there were good people at every MMR, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
If a killer gets 4 kills...
By the way, I just want to say, sure, just for the record, this is all very, very boring. Go ahead.
You're welcome. Look, you guys get to bitch about Overwatch incessantly. I get to bitch about this.
Okay, let's talk about
Overwatch. If a killer gets no kills, they go down in MMR. But then they'll just roll face. Hence the ping-ponging thing. If you're playing a top-tier killer and you're consistently getting kills, you're just getting consistently funneled into people who are also running OP perks. So it's become an unbearable sweat fest. And if you're not playing an OP killer, all you have to do to technically go up in MMR, because all you have to do is kill someone, is down one person, hook them, and face camp them. And that's it. And so the health of the game is fucking abysmal now. Because either you're not getting kills.
It's Abysmii right now? Yeah.
It's not, because I'd be having fun. So there's that. Like, MMR has completely fucked up the balance of the game. Lastly, apparently with the last patch, there's a giant exploit in it. So hackers are now DDoSing and swatting streamers.
Amazing.
Great.
And behavior, like the hacker epidemic's been going on for 2 months, and they've said nothing. Now it's just escalated a further point. So now all the streamers are saying, like, yeah, if you want to play this game, get a VPN, because that's the only way to protect yourself.
You know what that is?
What?
That's just real life Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
Try to loop the doxers. Try to loop the... Yeah.
VPN the doxers.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically it's
Wait. Can we get a VPN where you have to periodically click a circle to keep your IP from being shared?
Oh, they'll gamify them soon enough. Don't you worry. Yeah. So basically, if I have to ask myself a series of questions if I ever want to play Dead by Daylight. Do I think I'll have fun? No. Do I want to pay for a VPN just to be safe? No. This game can fuck itself until they fix it. I'm done.
Damn.
I'm not going to uninstall, but until I see massive, massive changes, I'm not going back in, which fucking pisses me off because I love this game. Spent a lot of time in it. And look for something else, I guess.
So to behavior, Abysmii technically said, "I love this game." So put that in a quote, attribute it to him, put it on your page.
Abysmii, top streamer, NA.
So you are just now hating your game. How do you think I feel losing the limb that was Overwatch?
Yeah.
Which I love this. I absolutely love this. The day after they said, well, it hasn't been given a release date yet, but whatever that release date was, it's delayed. The day after, I shit you not, I love the cope. On the forums for Overwatch, the official forums, people were like, open beta. We're probably going to get an open beta here in the next month. It's just like, what?
Based on that?
The game's delayed. Open beta. Definitely. Sure.
Yeah,
sounds like a bunch of open betas trying to cope.
Oh, man. Coping betas. Right? Am I right, fellas? I love it. I love it. I love looking at this company fucking go up in flames. It feels so good. It just keeps getting worse and worse at every bit of news. It's just like the news can't get worse. The news got worse.
Schadenfreude is real.
Oh my God, I love it so much because they destroyed my favorite game of all time. And every time you go to their Twitter account, the first thing is the meme of, I'm going to keep it real with you, Activision Blizzard. That ain't going to stop people from noticing all of the sexual harassment lawsuits.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. You realize they changed McCree's name, though.
They did.
That fixed it.
And the amount of people who are like, listen, the abuser, it's like, we didn't know and we didn't care and no one cares. Sure, we'll call them Cole Cassidy. I don't care. That's so besides the point. Besides the moral point of you are a despicable company, there's also the much more pressing and important issue of I no longer like your game and I am mad at you.
Yeah. You realize, like, nobody's going to call a character Cole Cassidy, like, in game.
No.
Like, they're going to say, why are you McCree? I'm picking McCree. Go McCree. Like, nobody's going to...
Oh, so actually, I already told everyone that the Stranger Things DLC got removed, so they had to change the in-game perks for Demogorgon. And it used to be called Surge, now it's called Jolt, and everybody automatically said, "I'm not fucking calling that Jolt. I've called it Surge for 2 years.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?"
It's no longer called a Demogorgon. It's called I don't know what.
They haven't renamed it.
Gorgie.
I'm waiting for them to do it because they changed fucking everything else. Yeah. It's gonna be named something fucking stupid.
The Beta Gorgon. I'm trying to think of something related to demo, but I can't.
Whatever.
The full release Gorgon.
I mean, technically, they don't have to change that. That comes from D&D or probably older, so it's not even that's copyrighted. Whatever.
Am I a good Demogorgon? If I were a bad Demogorgon, I wouldn't be sitting here discussing it with you now, would I?
Well, I hear that the settlement's going really well for Blizzard Activision. They put that in the settlement agreement. We'll change McCree's name. That really convinced everybody.
Judge Cole Cassidy agreed to this and said, "That's a good idea."
Your Honor, in my client's defense, they changed McCree's name. The community is in full support of this decision.
Isn't that kind of just like changing McCree's name? Isn't that kind of just like shuffling priests between churches?
Yeah.
Except
it's very public and everyone sees it happening in real time.
Anyway, shuffling priest. It's a board game for ages 5 and under.
Altar Boys 5 and under.
It's interesting how they're just like, we're going to be more careful about how we name characters in the future. It's like, oh, thank God. That was everybody's concern there. And it's just right now at the same time, they're having that one pro player, Sinatra, has allegations against them. I don't know either way, but anyway, point is, he had this skin, and of course he left the game to go play fucking Valorant, right. And so they're just like, oh shit, now people paid money for this skin. They paid like $15 for this skin.
Whoop.
Shit. Now we have an potential abuser, an alleged abuser or whatever, skin in the game, and so it becomes like this weird virtue signal thing too, which is funny because back in the day, Overwatch was kind of devoid of politics. It was like, you have your pro gamers and social justice people commingling, and it wasn't an issue. And now it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this person's picking the sexual abuser skin. It's like, fuck. Meanwhile, Siege, unfortunately, they just recently had a very beloved commentator pass away, and like they're on this discussion of like, how can we pay tribute to this person in our game? Like they're backing off of like, yeah, we are going to make sure that there's no personality or no inside jokes or blah 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 in Overwatch. And meanwhile, they're like, we need to find the proper memorial. We can't just rush this. It's got to be a great memorial, folks.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, that's the thing. Only do stuff like that after somebody has died, because then they can't do anything else.
True.
And definitely don't do it for someone who may have allegations resurface postmortem. Oh, wait.
I like the idea.
You never know.
I like the idea that they were talking about we're not going to name any. We're going to be careful how we name future Overwatch characters, and it's like there are not going to be any. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
So I do love this. We have to have this serious conversation now. And people called me a crazy conspiracy theorist when they implemented roll queue. And then like a month later, they're just like, hey, we're going to have Overwatch 2. What are the chances that Overwatch 2 is canceled permanently?
I would think that
they're not. You can't tell me there's zero now.
Well, I would think they're going to, if they're going to do that, I would think they would cancel it in-house in back rooms and just never announce anything further. And we'll be 10 years out saying, hey, God, you remember Overwatch 2? Oh, yeah, whatever happened with that? I guess they never did it.
Open beta any day.
They canceled Project Titan for Overwatch. They canceled
and I never heard about
Ghost
that. So
for other stuff. Yeah, no, like Blizzard cancels stuff. This would not be the first time. It's just post-merger. And so, they're not the same company, obviously.
I can't wait for them to be like, yeah, so Overwatch 2 isn't coming out, but what we're going to do is the characters we're working on, we're going to put them into, the old version of the game. It's like, oh, you said the characters that you said were incompatible with the old infrastructure of the game. Right. You're going to put them in there? Huh.
We're going to combine it with Diablo 7 to become Diablo Watch 9 mobile only trading card app game. Everyone wants this.
we're not going to be putting out Overwatch 2. We feel that's a bad idea at this point, but we're skipping ahead to Overwatch 3. What?
It's a board game you can find at Target.
Jeff Kaplan 2 here. We're announcing Jeff Kaplan 3.
God damn it.
Jeff Kaplan 2 is a cyborg.
Jeff Kaplan 2 here. I've been told by Blizzard that it's a problem that I'm named after Jeff Kaplan 1, so they're going to come up with a new name for me.
No one could have foreseen this.
Some old forum posts resurfaced that were offensive and weren't in line with our current politics. I like the idea of like subsequent cyborg Jeff Kaplans keep getting more and more mellow and soft. Jeff Kaplan 5 here. He just turns into an ASMR channel.
You go like 25 down the line in the future, and it's just like a head sitting on the table going, oh, just droning.
The most inoffensive PR. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Well, here's the thing, though.
He just becomes Zenyatta.
If we get Overwatch 2, it will be rebranded under a totally different title with all the things changed like they did with Titan Fucker to Overwatch.
They just ditched Titan. Like, it was supposed to be another MMO.
I mean, they brought over like some elements of it. So if we ever do get Overwatch 2, it'll probably be like, some other fucking name, and they'll be like, "This isn't Tracer. This is Sprinty." You know,
Sprinty. She's
totally
from New Zealand.
You're just going to get like a bunch of people on 4chan making up troll campaigns of just, writing in as concerned parents. Listen, we think you're furthering the stereotype that lesbians are really fast, and we just making up in like nonsensical things like
most
the
of
OK
us
symbol.
are actually of average speed. Okay.
God damn it. What the fuck?
They just hire on a new lesbian head writer, and she's just like, yeah, this is pretty problematic.
As a person of speed or a POS, I find this offensive.
As a lesbian of average speed.
Low ass? Lesbian, wait. Lesbian of average strength and speed. Low ass.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
So, Dead by Daylight, when are we getting an asymmetrical Overwatch game? Like where there's one. I guess they've done that in the workshop.
That'll be it. No, that'll be Overwatch 2. It'll be a 4v1 asymmetrical game. Yeah.
It's asymmetric. Asymmetry here.
Asymmetry.
How you doing? But you just would take the tank class and just make that the killer. That's it.
Yeah.
All the tanks are the killers. Everybody else is the fucking survivors. Yeah.
I played Paladins for a few rounds.
Why?
Yesterday for the first time. And let me tell you, and I'll tell you this. It's not bad. It's not bad.
You're laughing. You're playing Paladins and you're laughing.
You're laughing. Its game feel is pretty. It's not bad. I was enjoying it. I was playing as a character that's kind of like Moira, but her ultimate is a graviton surge, and I'm like, oh, this carrot. I like this carrot. Hey, yeah, I can get behind this
carrot.
I like this carrot. Tastes good. It's got a lot of keratin in it.
It's somebody animate. It's only 5 seconds. Come on, Double, do it. Just animate a cartoon rabbit over what DP just said.
Yeah.
I like this carrot. Oh, yeah.
I'm the only thing I don't like about it is like the leveling system. I wish every character was just the character that they are. I don't know why there is leveling systems. I don't know why you can't change characters mid-game, but the game wasn't designed for me. Overwatch was, and then that ship has sailed. So fuck.
Yep.
On the other hand, oh my god,
isn't that Blizzard's new motto? The ship has sailed, so fuck.
Yeah, shit. So, Siege just introduced a new Irish operator to their game. Her gadget might kind of be an explosive. And there might have been some people that were whinging about how that's offensive because of the IRA car bombs.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, we already did.
Did we?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was on a recording or not, though.
It was in a previous episode.
Really?
Like recently, yeah.
Are you sure we didn't discuss this privately?
Maybe, but... Irish car bombs! Ha 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 ha!
That's just Abysmii out at the bar late at night. Irish car bombs.
Irish car bombs, I think, are a Dead Palette thing. Do you drink Irish car bombs?
Abysmii
not
drinks
like
anything.
Not lately, because it's more like of a party thing. Like I gotta have people around to do it if I'm social drinking, but like not on my own. No.
Don't ask Abysmii where all the rubbing alcohol went. But so yeah, we've talked about all your games. I guess we'll talk about my game. So Grand Theft Auto 5 roleplay.
Made his PC. Yeah. There you go. Fuck it.
If it's just going to be like, if you get it back and the person says, well, here's your problem. There's 3 pounds of cat fur in the intake valve.
God damn it.
Here's your problem. What happened?
Cat in the intake valve. No, it's exploding. It's like, the electrical part is all exploding. I just got to hope it didn't fry everything inside.
If it's if it's just the motherboard, you can replace that.
Well, I think
it's a power supply, you can replace that too.
Power supply.
Easy. That's really easy.
I'm just hoping it didn't, send any kind of charges or anything.
Sure.
It is me, the sidekick power supply.
Yes. Wait, what?
Sidekick of the electrocutioner.
God damn. Electrocution man.
And
the sidekick power supply dressed as a battery.
And then it's like, time to power up, power supply. And he just
Touch
shocks
my
him.
conductive nipples.
And he just dies.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit.
Finds other 10-year-old boy, do you want to be my sidekick?
It's just becoming a red flag.
God damn it.
Anyway, to everyone who wanted me to stream Dead by Daylight, sorry.
Fuck you, says Abysmii.
Sorry, I'll find something else.
AI dungeon.
He's just going to be
I already
playing,
did that.
good old
Minecraft.
Paladin craft.
Hello, this is Paprika. I've had like 3 beers tonight. I'm being told to say something good about the Fear Fiction podcast. It's definitely it's in English, but it's very full of fairy men, I think.